This could change the face of the modern male enhancement industry. A clinical hack so powerful, it can turn any man into an outright porn star with a 9.1-inch long, thick, monstrous penis in mere weeks. It's been conveniently ignored by top medical journals, and the main media outlets refuse to acknowledge its existence. Your own urologist will decline to say a word about it. And yet, once it gets in the spotlight, it will send shockwaves through the multi-billion-dollar adult industry and turn their profits into nothing more than dust. So men, if you're here, turn up your speakers, pay full attention, and start taking notes, because you're moments away from the most important discovery of your entire life. Hi, I'm Dr. Ronald Byers. If you ever wished for a bigger, fuller, standing at attention penis, then listen. Because in less than 3 minutes from now, I'll show you a scientifically proven method that can add up to 6 inches to your manhood and finally turn you into the alpha male you always wanted to be in just a few short weeks, without having to use any dangerous interventions or contraptions, and without paying another visit to shady urologists, psychologists, or so-called phony enhancement gurus. You see, the only reason why doctors think having a penis that's less than 9.2 inches is normal is because it's so common. But while they may be common, they are definitely not normal, as you'll soon discover. Despite what you were led to believe, the real reason why you haven't been able to get your manhood to full size has absolutely nothing to do with testosterone, your genes, or your immune system. Instead, as groundbreaking research proves it, it's directly linked to a little-known and yet highly dangerous process happening inside you right now. And once you discover what this process really is, you'll be able to stop it and repair any damage it has done to your reproductive system and become the strong, virile man you were always meant to be. No matter if you're 20, 50, or even 80 years old, no matter if you're north or south of the 6-inch average here in the US, and no matter your current medical condition. So let me ask you this. Do you know why some men are cursed to have penises smaller than 7 inches, while others seem to have been blessed by their ancestors with Hulk-sized monsters? Or how some men can last hours in bed, while others can't even keep going for 5 minutes? The answer may come as quite a surprise, but that answer will unveil the real reason why you drew the short straw, so to speak, and will ultimately give you the key to growing your penis and improving your sexual performance in just a matter of weeks. So get ready to stop feeling ashamed and terrified every time you take your pants off, to never have to live in constant fear of what will happen when your partner finds out that you're below average and can't satisfy them, to be free from all the frustration and insecurities that have been following you since the moment you started your sex life, and to finally regain that confidence and manliness just like you always deserved from the moment you were born. Now, you may be feeling skeptical about this now. I understand. After all, you've heard countless different stories over the years, and we're led to think that the only way to add even 1 mere inch to your penis is with dangerous machines or interventions that will only have you coming back for more just a couple of months later. Because for a reason blatantly ignored by modern medicine, there is no way to increase your penis size. But this changes today. And no matter where you are, and whether your manhood is 3, 6, or even 10 inches long, you owe it to yourself to watch every minute of this presentation, because I guarantee it will change your life. So please pay attention, because we are running out of time. The penile enhancement industry is worth hundreds of millions of dollars in the US alone. These people are perfectly happy to crush your mental health and give you false hope just to keep you as their customer for life. So if you had enough with the shame, frustration, and humiliation of being less than you wanted, if you are tired of having to lie about your size, if you want to stop worrying that every time you get close to someone, they'll find out your little secret, and if you are sick of having to deal with the thought that she'll leave you for someone bigger, then continue to watch this amazing report, because you're about to discover a scientifically proven way to add at least 4 inches to your size in just a few short weeks, without any dangerous antivirals, expensive medications, and without paying a single visit to your doctor. Because as amazing as this sounds, in 2023, having a penis smaller than 8 inches is completely optional. Now, of course, I don't want you to simply take my word for it. Harry Stanfield, 32 years old, says, "I still remember the first time a woman told me how small I am. I took my pants off, and when she saw that I was less than 5 inches long, she started laughing and told me not to waste her time anymore. I never wanted to feel that shame again, so I went through every possible way of growing my willy, but to no avail. Fast forward to 2 months ago, when I first heard about your solution. Of course, I had my doubts like everyone else, but I was so desperate. I told myself it was my last chance to lead a normal sex life. I'm so lucky I did it. In just 2 months, my penis doubled in length, and I'm now at a staggering 9 inches. I had sex with more than a dozen women over just the past week. My sex life is crazy. I feel stronger and manlier than ever, and I can happily say that I would make this choice again. Randy Morales, a 40-year-old who is now happily married and says, I kept telling myself that my wife will love me, even with my 4.6 inches, and that size didn't matter as long as we loved each other. Of course, that wasn't the case. Even though she wasn't saying it out loud, I could see it in her eyes. She was unhappy, that sex wasn't all that good with me, and as much as we loved each other, I knew I had to change that, or I would risk losing her. It took me over 8 months to find this site, and when I did, I felt like I was finally blessed for once. Since I came across your solution, my penis has grown to 10 inches, and my marriage couldn't be happier. My sex life is insane, and my wife can't stop craving more of me. Thank you so much. Success stories like these don't even surprise me anymore. Every day, my phone gets flooded with phone calls, texts, emails, WhatsApp messages, and they all say the same thing, that this program is guaranteed to work for any man out there. Okay, let's not waste any more time. It's time you got your pride back. Like I said, my name is Dr. Ronald Byers. I'm a biologist and an anthropologist, and I've been researching remote tribes and wildlife for over 20 years. I've been working with scientists all over the world, studying each and every tribe I could, from their customs to what they eat and what they believe in. In my over 20 years of experience, I've been nominated and won countless awards. I'm one of the most reputed scientists in my field, and I've even worked with the people from National Geographic. Even so, throughout my entire scientific career, I only had one dream: to research and develop the ultimate clinically proven solution that would make any man have a penis he'd be proud of. But before I go on, you should know that 99% of the doctors consider 6 inches smaller penises normal. And to some point, they are right. That is, after all, the US average. Now, this may seem commonplace, as all the doctors you'll go to will tell you, but there is no way it is normal, as you'll see in just a couple minutes. Now, if you fall into this category, you know just how shameful this can be. You'll keep telling yourself that size doesn't really matter, or that she'll love you for who you are. But deep inside, you know how it really feels. You live in constant fear that you're one bad night away from being cheated on with someone bigger. And no matter how good of a person you are, your tiny manhood won't be enough to satisfy her. And it all starts with a small thought, an innocent joke or comment she made about one of her exes, without knowing you were listening. I wish you were more like Billy, my first boyfriend. His dick was so huge. The shame you felt until then turns into pain. You can barely eat, work, sleep, and then you decide to spend every resource you have into adding even just an inch to your penis. So you go to the doctor, hoping he will give you a cream or a pill that will make your problem go away. You feel cursed. And for good reason. Having a small penis ruins many men's lives, bringing them to the brink of a nervous breakdown over and over again, and yet, no one seems to care about finding a real solution for it. There are millions of people in the US alone who are desperate to find a solution to their tiny problem, and yet no one is doing anything for them. No major breakthrough treatments, no cutting-edge research. People have gotten so used to the fact that it's nearly impossible to enlarge your penis, that even doctors and scientists simply accept the same old pills and creams on the market as effective. And I'm sure you've already checked everything off that's on that list. Not even the supposedly all-powerful Viagra can do anything about it. Of course, your erections may be longer and all that, but it doesn't really do anything in the long term, does it? Or the creams and penis pumps adult movie stars recommend, which you will only try out of desperation, only to see that you've been scammed once again. All of these are just one big lie that leads to another, and so on. Until one day, you find yourself lying on the operating table, waiting for a doctor you don't even know to cut into your precious penis, hoping he can add at least 1 mere inch to it. That is, if you don't lose all of it, or remain scarred for life in the process. Now, if any of this rings true for you, you should know one thing. It's not your fault. It really isn't. In fact, let me tell you a little secret. I've been using these methods my entire life. Of course, none of them worked. I reached a point where I was so desperate, I even considered taking a leap of faith and putting my manhood in the hands of some doctor just to be able to feel like a home man again. I thought, that does it, Ronald. This has to work, or you're doomed to a life of shame and suffering. But as fate had it, one day, right as I was about to schedule my surgery, a man walked through my door and turned my life around. His name was Alex Ford, a longtime friend and colleague of mine with whom I went on most of my research trips. When I opened the door, he looked me straight in the eye, smiled, and told me, "Ronald, I think I have something that might interest you. Come with me." I knew he was onto something, but never in my wildest dreams have I dreamed of what would happen next. Listen, one of my oldest friends called me to tell me about a native tribe settlement where a very special herd of horses live. These may be the last horses of their kind, but that's not even half of it. Apparently, once a year, during mating season, they have a secret ritual you might be interested in. Some even say it's magic. As a scientist, I knew this wasn't the case, but something inside me told me that I should go see it myself. So I spoke to Alex and he gave me the location of this group. I decided to take him with me so that we could both document anything that might happen. Now, please be warned, because what follows next is not for the weak of heart. After 3 long days of traveling, Alex and I finally reached the natives, where their leader welcomed us. It took us some time to set our cameras up and camouflage ourselves, and we'd been watching them for a week when the most shocking thing happened. I honestly tell you that all my years of wildlife research could not have prepared me for this. We had just begun our 7th day of filming, and there they were, 24 beautiful stallions running in a field in what seemed to be a scene from an old Western movie. And let me tell you, I saw a lot of things during my trips, but this topped them all. Not only because of the scenery, but the sizes of the penises we saw were absolutely insane. 20, 30, even 40 inches strong, muscular, big penises. Absolutely no doubt the largest I have seen in any type of horse before. It was absolutely insane. As Josh and I had been watching them for over a week already, something didn't sit right with us. And as soon as we went through the footage, we noticed that something was different from the day we first filmed them. The stallions' penises doubled in size in just 7 days. "Ronald, are you seeing what I'm seeing? This can't be true." But there they were, waving their massive manhoods less than 30 yards in front of us. That night, we went back to the camp and asked the village elder whether he knew anything about this strange phenomenon. "My friend, not only do I know about it, every member of our tribe uses their method. Tomorrow morning, we will show you something incredible." Little did I know that the next morning, my life was going to be changed forever. Just as we were preparing to set up our cameras, the horses started neighing aggressively, and when I looked behind me, the chief was there, surrounded by dozens of other men from the tribe. What I was about to witness was like nothing I had ever seen before. Over 20 horses of the purest breed started mating right in front of us for hours on end, making use of the penises they had been elongating for the past week. But that wasn't even the start. Right beside them, the natives began their own mating ritual, and what we saw would have made Mother Nature herself crave what she created. Men with 12, 13, even 15-inch muscular dicks started having sex with the women right then and there, keeping up with the horses and not stopping until the stallions finished their ritual too. It was an orgy like nobody had ever seen before, a ritual which showed us that everything was possible when it came to male sexual performance. After no less than 10 hours, when the ritual was finished, the chieftain came to us and explained, "You see, what you've been doing for the past week, we've been doing for centuries. Our elders have been watching over these horses from the very beginning, and they've been taking care of them all this time. They saw them as our protectors, and when they noticed their strange habits, they thought it was a sign from our ancestors, something that we have to pass down to every man in our tribe, a ritual that will turn any man into an outright warrior in both body and spirit." He then continued to tell us about a special combination of herbs the horses were eating during mating season that made their penises grow in size and stay like that until their very last day. They've been using the same formula for over 100 years, and it has never failed anyone who tried it. I just had to know what's in their cocktail. So while they were gathering the herbs for the potion, I managed to sneak around and write down the ingredients they used, and even managed to gather some myself. After that, Alex and I left, and I called one of my closest friends, Dr. Langstrom. Dr. Langstrom and I go way back, and he was actually the first one to find out the real reason behind all my ventures in the wild, as we shared the same secret problem. Dr. Langstrom's research has always been helpful to me, and I knew that this time more than any other, I needed him to come through. The following day, I paid him a visit and told him everything I found out during my trip. And that's when Dr. Langstrom said something that had me do mental flips. "Ronald, we were 99% right about penis size. We just missed the 1%, and it was staring us in our faces. The reason why no one was able to figure out how to kill this virus is because they were looking in the wrong direction. The place where this process starts is not inside your body's cells. Well, it's still inside your cells, but these are kind of special cells that you can't function without. You see, it all starts inside your DNA. The solution to increasing the penis was always in our genetic material, Ronald, Dr. Langstrom said to me. Now, in Dr. Langstrom's words, here's what happens inside a man's body that affects his penis's length. You see, we've all been told that penis size is something we have no control over, but it's not completely true. According to multiple studies, there is a gene in the human body that controls the levels of testosterone and growth hormone sent to the reproductive organ, and that gene is the AR gene. Now, what the AR gene does is that it controls the growth and development during early stages of life and puberty, so its functionality directly affects penis size. But what happens if this gene is inhibited by outside factors? Well, that's where our problem starts. Obviously, the penis grows at a slower rate, sometimes not at all, and stagnates at a shameful size. You see, Ronald, we've been trying to enlarge our penises with physical processes, when we should have used what was inside us already. But that brings two questions to the table. What exactly inhibits the AR gene, and how can we unlock its full potential? We both have an answer to each of these questions. First, the AR gene can apparently be inhibited from a very young age due to air pollution, simple viruses, or even the poisonous substances in the processed foods we eat. To put it simply, everything about today's world can inhibit the AR gene. But the most dangerous thing we have to worry about is the estrogen and the other toxic hormones that are in our food. If a man is exposed to these toxins from a young age, in 99% of the cases, they will inhibit the already weak AR gene, and the penis will stop growing. And avoiding these foods is out of the question. It's basically everywhere you look, from the meats you eat to the milk you drink, and even in some vegetables. You're doomed to ingest this estrogen from an early stage. Which leads me to the second question. What exactly can strengthen the AR gene and make it generate enough hormones for the penis to grow and stay like that? And the answer, Ronald, is found in the mix you found. We just need to run some tests and see if we can make something strong enough to boost the AR gene to full power. So, as Dr. Langstrom explained, to make this work, we had to safely introduce certain nutrients inside my bloodstream that would unlock the full potential of the AR gene and counter the toxic hormones effect. Now, since Dr. Langstrom had been studying this for a long time, he knew exactly which of the chemicals, minerals, and nutrients inside the plants trigger the regeneration process. So the next morning, we got started. Since I was our test subject, our first goal was to make sure that my body kept the AR gene unlocked for as long as it needed, so my penis could reach its full potential. Now, one morning, something incredible happened. As I was about to walk into the shower, my penis just felt heavier than usual. That may sound a bit strange, but I could actually feel it. As I got my ruler to measure it, my heart skipped a beat. It had finally happened. My penis was 2 inches longer, and its girth had significantly increased. Dr. Langstrom and I were very excited to continue the program. Now, after this initial increase, the good news kept coming. My penis was checking in at 5.6 inches. Another morning I woke up, and as I stared at my ruler, my penis was at 6.2 inches. Soon after, I was measuring 7.3 inches. But then it got even bigger. And I was now at a staggering full 9 inches. It was, without a doubt, the most incredible transformation I have ever seen in my life. I called Dr. Langstrom to give him the good news. Then he ran some tests to see if the AR gene was functioning correctly. The result? Everything was working like a Swiss watch. For the first time in my life, I truly felt like a man. But Dr. Langstrom warned me, the formula we had tested worked on me, but would it work on everyone? We needed more people to test this on before we could validate its success. So that night, we went online and posted an ad stating that we were looking for volunteers. From people with micro-penises to people who just wanted to see if growing your manhood was possible. But we were looking for one common denominator. Their penis size was ruining every aspect of their intimate lives. In a week, we had more than 80 volunteers ready to confirm our theory. Now, to be honest with you, I expected this formula to work, but I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Within just a few short weeks, every one of the participants added at least 2 inches to their penis. And after running the tests, we saw that their AR gene was functioning 179% better than it had been before. They also reported a significant increase in their energy levels. They reported stronger and longer erections. Their overall stamina and mood lifted, and they were now stress and anxiety-free. Within less than 2 months, 100% of all participants were satisfied with the results. The men were more confident than ever, knowing they finally could go out and get the sexy girl of their dreams without worrying about their size. It was clear as daylight that this formula was working. Dr. Langstrom and I were witnessing our lifelong dreams come true. All the suffering for men around the world had to end, and we had to make this available for everyone. So Dr. Langstrom managed to pull some strings, and we found a small, independent, natural pharmaceutical company in Colorado. And we started looking for suppliers which only offered the purest ingredients for our formula. I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. It took us weeks to find those reliable sources. It was excruciating, but after over a month of hard work, we finally did it. We created a clinically proven natural formula that targets the root cause of penis shrinkage and unlocks your reproductive system's full potential. We called it Wild Stallion Pro, the only 100% natural blend that unlocks your AR gene and increases your penis size. We only sourced the purest, highest quality ingredients. Every capsule of Wild Stallion Pro is non-GMO and safe, and this protocol is very easy to follow and is also diabetic friendly. It does not require any restrictive diets or starving yourself. In fact, you can continue eating your favorite foods while enjoying the amazing benefits of this formula. Over a dozen independent labs across 2 continents have tested this program on 6,000 men from 12 countries to make sure it works. Lab tests have shown us that in order for this program to be efficient, all the ingredients have to be of the highest quality and mixed only in these exact quantities and in this exact formula. And what we achieved is what most experts call a medical breakthrough. Here's a short explanation on how these ingredients work and why they are so powerful. In the first phase, your body absorbs these powerful nutrients. As soon as you've taken the first capsule of Wild Stallion Pro, the nutrient absorption process begins. We combined 4 powerful vitamins and ingredients chosen from selected locations. All these amazing nutrients are essentials for doing 2 things. Drown out the toxic estrogen that inhibits your AR gene from sending enough nutrients to your penis in order for it to grow. And second, to unleash its full potential and enhance its power so you can achieve the results you want in a quicker fashion. Since they are 100% natural and have been selected due to their purity, your body will immediately start absorbing them, and the penis elongation process will begin. Next, our body gets nourished and starts fighting the toxic hormones. Once your body has absorbed all these powerful nutrients, the healing process of your body will begin. This is extremely important. In order for your genes and body to have the power to destroy the toxic hormones from your body, the ingredients have to be incredibly strong and as natural as possible. To achieve this, we selected a very precise combination of Tribulus terrestris and L-arginine. This combination is going to drown out and exterminate the toxic hormones found inside your body after years of poisoning and will enhance testosterone production and sexual functions. On top of that, if you're experiencing problems with sex drive and erections, this combo will make sure that your potency is restored to full capacity, while also protecting you from reproductive system disease. Lastly, the AR gene's true potential is unlocked and revved to full power. Now pay attention, because from this point on, incredible things start to happen. First, to help you completely unlock your full potential, we added the star ingredient of this mix, namely horny goatweed, the main element of the native's potion. This powerful ingredient helps increase your libido, improves the blood flow to your penis, allows you to have bigger and stronger erections, and more importantly, it fully unlocks your AR gene to 100% of its potential power. Horny goatweed is a fully natural sex enhancer, generating a surge in your testosterone levels, and is so powerful that it also repairs the damage the toxic hormones have done to your inhibited AR gene and accelerates the rate at which it grows your penis by 179%. No other blend that we are aware of can match the effectiveness of this elongation solution. And in just a few weeks, you'll finally have the manhood you always wanted. Your reproductive system will run at full power, your energy levels will skyrocket, and you'll be happy knowing that you never have to deal with this terrible shame ever again. That's because this natural blend does one important thing. It keeps the gene unlocked and functioning normally. Now, you may have 2 questions at this point. How do I get my hands on Wild Stallion Pro? And in what quantity should I take this supplement? You see, you should know that we produce Wild Stallion Pro in small batches only, which can take up to 3 months to deliver. Which means that once we run out of stock, you'll have to wait another 3 months until you can get your hands on this formula. We have to do it that way because it's the only way we can keep the highest possible quality standard for our ingredients. And that's essential so that we can be sure that Wild Stallion Pro will work for as many people as possible. But since you're here, your product is reserved. However, if you leave this page, there's just no way we can guarantee we'll still have a supply when you come back. Now, before I tell you in what quantities you should take this supplement, here's something very important you should know. In order to make this formula work for you, you have to take into consideration the amount of toxic hormones you've ingested these past years and the damage they did to your AR genes' full potential. Based on a test we made with our partnering labs on over 6,000 men from 12 different countries, looking at the severity of the damage done to their manhoods, I must confess, the results were shockingly bad. So when it comes to how much of Wild Stallion Pro you should take, our safe response is, don't risk it. After seeing the results of over 186,000 men from all over the world, we recommend taking at least 3 bottles of Wild Stallion Pro over a period of 90 days. And if you want to be completely safe, then we recommend taking at least 6 bottles or more. This is guaranteed to naturally restart the penile growing process and keep it at full power. Tens of thousands of men have used Wild Stallion Pro with mind-blowing results. People like George Andrews, a 33-year-old who says, "My sex life was so bad that a couple of years ago, I stopped trying altogether. My 3-inch penis was ruining every single aspect of my intimate life. Half a year ago, I came across this. I did my research, and it turned out that it was 100% true. So I decided to give it a shot. Never in a million years did I think that in just a month, my manhood would get to 8 inches. I finally feel like a man again." Norman Richards, a 39-year-old, also sent me this message saying, "Out of all the things in the world, I stumbled across this one, and it feels like fate. My marriage has been feeling really dry for the past couple of years, and even though she never said it, my wife Becca was disappointed every time I took my pants off. After discovering your solution, I went from 4.2 to 9.3 in such a short time. It's just unreal. Thank you for saving my marriage." And these are just a couple of the tens of thousands of men who experienced the same incredible results ever since we made this formula public. Seeing all this, you understand why I initially wanted to sell this program for $297. But while I could have easily done that and have people overwhelm our servers, the truth is, I'm not here to make myself money. I've made myself a good amount of money during my career. I'm actually close to retiring, but there is just one last thing I want to do before that. I want to help you and millions of other men out there to break free from the shackles of their shameful condition. That's why I'm not going to ask you for $297. For the program that has helped over 186,000 men just like you. In fact, today, while this website is still up, you have a one-time chance to get the proven formula that makes your penis at least 4 inches longer in a matter of weeks for only $89 a bottle. Now, because I know how important it is to break free from your shame, I've asked our manufacturing partner to give us permission to offer a discount on the 6-bottle package of Wild Stallion Pro. This means that you can get it for only $49 per bottle and also get free shipping from us for as long as the supply lasts. Once we run out of stock, this discount will be gone forever. So select on the 6-bottle package or any other package you want and join the 186,000 happy men who now enjoy the incredible benefits of having long, muscular penises for the first time in their lives. Tens of thousands of men are already living proof that Wild Stallion Pro will help you make your manhood longer and improve your sexual functions. 3 bottles of Wild Stallion Pro will both rid you from any toxic hormones from your system, unlock the potential of the AR gene, and add more inches to your Johnson. But there is a reason why 98% of our users choose the 6 bottles package. Once you go with the 6 bottles package, in just 6 months from now, you'll be able to completely shield yourself against any toxin or disease that affects your reproductive system, improve your stamina, sexual strength, increase your testosterone, and even become more muscular. If this sounds good for you, here's what you need to do next. So select on the 6-bottle package or any other package you want. Hit the button below and fill the form on the other page. Once you've secured your order, in 7 days from now, you'll get Wild Stallion Pro right at your doorstep in a 100% safe and discreet way. Now, this program is practically guaranteed to make you the man you always dreamed of being. We stand behind the power of this program. That's why when you select your package today, you're fully covered by our 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. Give Wild Stallion Pro a try and escape the life sentence your size has put you on. See how incredible it feels to not have to worry about showing a girl your manhood, and feel the joy of not having to lie about your penis size ever again. Experience all this, and in 60 days, if you're not satisfied with the joy Wild Stallion Pro brings to your life, send me or Dr. Langstrom an email, and we'll refund your entire investment right away. No questions asked, no hassle, no red tape. You have 2 full months to decide if Wild Stallion Pro is the right thing for you, but you have so much to gain. Just imagine. No more shame, no more painful laughter from women who are amused by your penis, and no more masking a problem that no longer exists for you. Imagine waking up in the morning, looking in the mirror, and seeing a monstrous, Hulk-sized erection down there. It all starts when you select your package below and hit the buy button now. The decision you're about to make will decide the course of your life. Take this small step now. Select your package, hit the button below, and get control over your life again. You have the power to change your life, and it's one click away. No more humiliation. No more shame. No more living in fear that no woman will want you for your size. You have the power to get your happiness back, and it costs close to nothing, especially when you compare it to the price you pay every time you visit your doctor, not to mention the damage it has on your sexual life and your mind and body. This formula works for any man out there. Plus, you're protected by our 60-day, no-questions-asked money-back guarantee. So go ahead and select your package now, and you can start being the person that you've always wanted to be. It all starts now with a single click, and it takes less than a minute. Do it now and give Wild Stallion Pro a test try. I can't wait to see you become one of our success stories.